After a twist of fate led us to share a night together. The cold, aloof female CEO gave me two options. First, we get married. You become the son-in-law of the Huo family. But it is only in name. I can't give you love, but it is not necessarily impossible. Second, I give you a sum of money, and we call it even. It never happened. From now on, we're strangers. She looked at me with a sly smile. I'll take option 2. What? Don't you need a moment to think about it? No need to think. What is so great about being the Huo family's son-in-law? Having your problems handled for you, your company propping you up. How is that any different from being kept? I'm not stupid. Once I get the money, I'll find a woman who loves me. Live life on my own terms. That beats everything. Who cares about the Huo family's son-in-law title anyway? This guy isn't playing by the script. Every playboy in our circle would kill to marry me, yet this guy talks about being my husband like it is a prison sentence. So how much do you want? That depends on how much you're worth, Ms. Huo. This guy's implying that if I offer too little, it means I'm not worth much, so I can't lowball him. Huh. Nice try with that mind game. Too bad. I've been fighting in the business world for years. I'm not falling for that. I heard the hotel's general manager Lu, because of the booking mix-up, compensated you 5 million, so I'll give you 5 million too. Ms. Huo, the hotel's mix-up was an accident. What about you? You saw someone in the room and didn't just leave. I have reason to believe it was intentional on your part. An accident gets 5 million. Is it fair for you to offer the same for something deliberate? You must not think very highly of yourself, Mr. Li. The money is compensation for you. How does that make me cheap? Isn't it obvious? You're paying the same compensation as the hotel. That means you think your conscience and principles are only worth that much. Figure it out yourself. How much is a person like you really worth? Huo Niannian opened her mouth but couldn't fire back a single word. Seeing I wasn't satisfied with the compensation amount, she had no choice but to ask. Then, how much do you want? I said without holding back. 15 million. Huo Niannian stared at me for a long time without saying a word. I can afford this money, but something just doesn't sit right. This man seems to only care about money, and I'm apparently worth nothing in his eyes. 8 million tops. Miss Hu, are you trying to tip me like a beggar? Then, how much do you want? I said 15, not a cent less. That is too much. 15 million is pocket change to you. What happened last night was an accident. I'm a victim too. Was I dragged into the room or forced? You walked into my room on your own. Walked over willingly. Huo Niannian cut me off. Okay. Stop talking. 12 million. I shook my head. Didn't you just say 15 and not a cent less? Why did it drop to 14? Didn't you just say 8? Why did it go up to 12? Aren't we all just negotiating? You don't like me lowering the price? Then just raise yours. Huo Niannian took a deep breath. 12.5 million. Miss Hu, do you think adding 500k makes you look especially sincere? 13.5 million. 13 million. Deal. I never thought the hunter, who hunts all day, would end up pecked by the goose. Today I got outsmarted by a guy fresh out of college. She pulled out her phone and transferred the money over in a flash. She even had the decency to label the transfer as compensation. She stood up and headed for the door. She didn't want to stay here a second longer. Ji Shiran and I walked out of Yujingshuan. On the way he asked me, how did your talk with Huo Niannian go? I recounted Huo Niannian's 2 proposals, just to add one more line. I picked the third option. Ji Shiran was stunned. No way. Huo Niannian is the absolute top of the elite in the capital. The whole group isn't just a major player nationwide. It has a foothold overseas too. You actually turned down being the Huo family's son-in-law? Besides, Huo Niannian is stunningly beautiful. How could you resist? What is so great about being the Huo family's son-in-law? It is just a title with no real standing. Money's different. Money goes in your pocket. If you don't spend it, it is never going to sprout legs and walk away. You've got a clear head about this. So, you got hired by Huo Group. Are you still going to work there? Yeah, why wouldn't I? I earned that job on my own merit. At least I'll finish out the probation period. At the very least, my resume can say I once worked at Huo Group. Looks good. Aren't you afraid of running into Miss Huo? Why would I be? We already agreed. If we meet, we pretend not to know each other. She is the mighty heiress of Huo Group. I'm just a lowly assistant in the assistant department. It is not that easy to run into her. Aiken, you've got real vision. I couldn't do that. That is all from my grandma. The two chatted for a bit before going their separate ways. I headed toward the apartment I was renting. When I got home, I took a shower first. Looking down at the faint red marks on my body, my ears burned hot. Huo Niannian, Li Chen, remember this. Drinking leads to trouble. If I ever drink again, I'm a dog. After my shower, I flopped onto the bed. Tomorrow, I'm reporting to the LU group for work. What if I actually run into Huo Niannian? I rolled over in bed and muttered to myself, Huo Niannian, you'd better pretend you don't know me. If you dare look at me twice in the office, I'll show you what real public humiliation looks like. I slept all the way until dark, got up and rummaged through the cabinet, found a cup of instant noodles, boiled some water, and soaked them. 3 minutes later, I sat at my desk with the noodles. 3-month probation period. Late for work, and you lose half a day's pay. After finishing the noodles, I flipped through the handbook for another half hour. By around 9 o'clock, I was asleep again. I'd slept way too much the day before, so I woke up especially early the next morning. Damn Huo Niannian, are you a vampire or what? I headed out the door. Arrived at the company building, I took a deep breath. Li Chen, as of today, you're an employee of Huo Group. You have nothing to do with that woman with the last name Huo. I strode toward the building entrance. I stood in front of the directory and looked at HR. I took the elevator up and found HR. Before long, paperwork was done and the contract was signed. Right after that, I got a notice to report to the executive office on the 36th floor. Is the 36th floor where President Huo's office is? Yeah, this recruitment was always meant to hire a secretary for President Huo. My world came crashing down. I voluntarily walked in to be Huo Niannian's secretary. Can you assign me to another executive as their secretary? I don't have much experience. I'm afraid I won't do well. You know how many people are dying to get into the executive office, and here you are being picky. Ha, it is not being picky. I'm genuinely scared. Scared of what? You're going in as a secretary, not heading to war. Not heading to war. And when you first get there, you'll just be running errands. You probably won't even get to see the president's face. By the time you're actually working directly under the president, that'll be after you've passed probation. Good, as long as I don't run into her. Even though I took the money and we agreed to pretend we don't know each other. But if we do happen to cross paths, it'd still be a bit awkward. Okay. I'll head over now. The guy glanced at me and added one more thing. Go straight up and find team lead Song. Okay, thank you. When I got to the 36th floor, I found the executive office area. Hi, I'm Li Chen, the new hire. The assistant sent me here to check in. I'm Song Tianjie, the team lead of the executive office. Your desk is over there. I walked over and just sat down. When Song Tianjie came over with a stack of documents. These are the workflow and guidelines for the executive office. Take a look first. Also, these files need to be archived. Organize them in chronological order. He paused, then added, as a new hire, don't try to cut corners. Just do your work steadily. Ask your coworkers if you don't understand something. I looked at Song Tianjie and got the feeling he wasn't easy to get along with. I looked down at the thick stack of documents in front of me. Took a deep breath, got it. Song Tianjie took a couple of steps, then looked back at me. Oh, right. The CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. Don't go over there unless you have a reason. While I was organizing the files, Song Tianjie saw Lin Xiao walk in and immediately went over to greet him. Oh, Assistant Jiang, what brings you here? Is there anything you need? Nothing major. Just wanted to check whether the new assistant hired through recruiting has shown up for work. If not, HR will need to make new arrangements. Why does he care whether the new assistant showed up? She is here. She finished onboarding this morning. She is already checked in at the executive office. Lin Xiao nodded. All right, that is all then. He turned and left without hesitation. Song Tianjie stood there, watching his retreating figure and quietly breathed a sigh of relief. I thought that new hire had some connections, since Assistant Jiang came personally to ask. Turns out he was just confirming she showed up for work. If she really did have connections with how cold I was, and not even mentioning the temporary meal card, she'd probably say I was giving her a hard time. He sat back down at his desk, continued flipping through the documents in his hands. But hey, I've always been like this as team lead. You can't be too nice to the newbies. Otherwise, how would I manage them later? Gotta put them in their place first. Let them know who is in charge. Then it is easier to set the rules afterward. The CEO's new assistant has already started work. Got it. Go ahead and get back to work. Well, I'll be damned. He actually showed up for work. The way he was haggling with me yesterday, with that shrewd look on his face. Today, he has still got to sit there obediently at his desk pretending to be some ordinary little assistant. Hempy. I was reading through the CEO's office guidelines carefully when suddenly there was some rustling in the office. It is lunch break. Time to go eat. Our department has a lot of people, so we go to the cafeteria in shifts. Just remember 11:50 every day. That is your slot. Thanks. My name's Li Chen. I just started today. I'm Renjia. Been here about 3 months. Just got confirmed not too long ago. I don't have a meal card. How am I supposed to eat at the cafeteria? Just ask the team lead for a temporary meal card. Once your employee badge comes in, all that info is on it. You can just swipe your badge then. Okay. Song Tianjie was about to head out. Hey, team lead Song. I don't have a meal card yet. I heard I need to get a temporary one from you. Song Tianjie reluctantly opened his drawer. Return it once your badge comes in. Understood. Song Tianjie turned and walked away. When I first got here, he never even mentioned any temporary meal card to me. That day I ended up eating out for lunch. Isn't he the team lead? How can he be like that? I heard his sister-in-law is the deputy director of HR. Thinks pretty highly of himself. Honestly, aside from those few who love sucking up to him, most people can't stand him. Don't go spreading that around, okay? I can see you're pretty new here just like me. That is the only reason I'm telling you all this. Don't worry, I'm not the type to bite the hand that feeds me. Alright, enough about that. Let me take you to the cafeteria. Great, thanks. Renlei kept filling me in on company stuff as we walked. I was genuinely grateful. Even while eating, I kept thinking, Huo Corporation's management isn't all that impressive. Even the employees right under Huo Niannian's nose are like this. Though I bet Song Tianjie in front of Huaso puts on a completely different act. One face in public, another behind your back. Nobody sucks up harder than he does. I was about to head to the break room to grab some water. Want me to grab you a cup too? I'll go myself. The moment I said that, a female coworker next to me shoved her cup in my face. Grab one for me too while you're at it. She was decent looking, but the way she said it like it was her God-given right. How did those words roll off her tongue so smoothly? Get me one too. She saw I was new and figured she could use me as free labor. Plain and simple, it is bullying the new guy. Ren Li's expression shifted. He was about to speak up for me, but I didn't want him sticking his neck out and making enemies on my account. I'm different. Money in the pocket, confidence in the walk, folks. Today's my first day on the job. Not my first day as a maid. Are your legs broken, or are you all completely paralyzed that you need someone else to fetch you a glass of water? The woman's face went stiff. You're the new hire. What is the big deal about grabbing him a cup of water? No big deal, just curious. Your hands work fine, your legs work fine, so why are you shoving your cup at me? Is your brain not telling your hands what to do, or is your face just too thick to know what common courtesy means? One of the male coworkers who'd handed me his cup spoke up. Who are you calling thick-faced? You tell? Do I even know you? You shove your cup in my face without so much as a please or if you don't mind. Did your mom never teach you manners? Or do you think new hires are supposed to grovel at work? Oh wow. The new guy really is something else. Even more full of himself than US veterans. We just asked you to grab a cup of water. No need to blow it out of proportion. Help out. You call that helping? 4 cups, 2 hands. Are you asking for my help or making me run errands for you? Should I go brew you some tea and set out a plate of sunflower seeds too? And stand here giving you shoulder rubs and back massages? I came to work at Hua's not to wait on a bunch of royalty. If you need someone to fetch and carry, I suggest you hire a maid at home. Don't embarrass yourselves at the office. The Huo group hired you to do your jobs. Not to throw your weight around and bully the new hire. Newbies, they just got here and don't know how to respect their seniors yet. It is fine, give it a few days and they'll learn the ropes. The ropes. What ropes? The ropes of bullying new hires, or the ropes of throwing your seniority around. You've worked here for years, and this is what you've learned. Is this how Huo made it into the top 500 companies, by bullying new employees? Or are you just the company mascot in charge of putting newbies in their place? The woman's lips trembled, but she couldn't find the words to respond. Peace. All talk, you'll get yours soon enough. Oh, is that a threat? Fine by me. I'll head to the president's office right now and ask the boss himself. Does the Huo group have a rule that new employees have to serve tea and water to senior staff like a maid on their first day? The man's face changed and he instinctively glanced towards Song Tianjie. Song Tianjie had actually heard everything from the start. He was about to speak when I stopped and turned back to look at the 3 of them. Oh right, I forgot to ask earlier. What are your names? So when I report this to the president, I can be specific about who was involved, huh? Song Tianjie finally couldn't sit still anymore. Li Chen, you're the new hire here. You just got here and you're already picking fights with senior staff. Do you not want this job? Huh, I turned to look at him. Man, Song Tianjia's face really is unpleasant to look at. All scrunched up like I borrowed his premium rice and paid him back in chaff. Team leader Song, your ears and eyes sure know when to show up. We were arguing for that long and you acted like you didn't hear a thing. But the moment I mentioned the president, you appeared out of nowhere. With that kind of reaction speed, it is a waste. You're not working as a firefighter. Huo Niannian and Lin Xiao happened to be passing by the president's office door. They heard the commotion inside. They weren't planning to get involved, but the next second, the words "the president" drifted out loud and clear. Niannian Huo heard my voice and was about to eavesdrop from outside. You're way out of line. Out of line. You're the team leader. Where were you when the new hire was being bullied by the old employees? 3 people shoving their cups in front of me. Where were you when I was fetching water for all of them? Now that I'm going to talk to the CEO, you jump out and say, I'm picking fights with the old staff. Team leader Song, you really know how to twist things. Li Chen, You're the new guy here. Everyone just asked you to grab them some water. What is there to complain about? Every new hire goes through this. What makes you so special? Instead of backing down, I stepped forward. So what if I'm special? Are new hires supposed to be treated like servants? Is that rule written in the whole corporation employee handbook or plastered on the wall? Should I go ask Mr. Huas if he knows about this rule? My first day on the job, and you guys already taught me this lesson. So the corporate culture at Huo Group is just bullying new hires. I actually thought Huo Group was impressive. Turns out this is the level of management, and this is the quality of the employees. Pish, no wonder it is run by that guy. Just as classy as he is. Others might not catch that, but Niannian Huo outside the door heard every word. Her face turned dark. Lin Xiao almost burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, the CEO got called trash for his character. When Song Tianjie heard me attacking the company, he was afraid things would get too big to handle, and softened his tone a bit. If you don't want to fetch water for your coworkers, then don't. No need to make such a big deal out of it. Making mountains out of molehills. I let out a cold laugh. Team leader Song, that is easy for you to say. If I don't push back today, tomorrow they'll probably have me bringing their breakfast too. You're the team leader. Instead of stopping them from bullying the new guy, you're scolding me for talking back. So, in your book, the one being bullied is expected to shut up and take it, and that is called being sensible. But the one who talks back is accused of making a mountain out of a molehill. Huo Niannian stood at the door listening, her face expressionless. This new assistant is really bold. Not only does she talk back to her coworkers, she even dragged the CEO into it, and she did it so smoothly too. Huo Niannian paused for a few seconds, then walked in. Lin Xiao quickly followed. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught two people walking in through the door. I instinctively turned my head. My expression switched in a second to that of someone who is a dedicated employee who takes their work seriously. Huo Niannian's gaze landed on Song Tianjie. What is all the arguing about? President. It is just a little misunderstanding between new co-workers. Song Tianjie's face turned even paler. Huo Niannian glanced at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao immediately understood. Team lead Song, the workflow and discipline of the president's office. Go back and reorganize them. Turn them into me tomorrow. Yes, sir. Lin Xiao's gaze lingered on those three people for a moment. If anyone wants to act like a big shot here at Huo Corporation, then they should submit their resignation now. Otherwise, if Huo Corporation has to fire you, it won't look so pretty. The three of them turned pale, then flushed. They regretted asking me to get water, and hated me even more for embarrassing them in public. Huo Niannian glanced at me, then turned and walked out. Lin Xiao followed behind her, but before leaving, he gave me a curious and admiring look. I'm going to get some water. You coming? Let's go. Wow. Li Chen, you were seriously fierce just now. What is the big deal? That was the CEO though. Aren't you scared? I've already insulted him to his face before. What else is there to be afraid of? Afraid of what? I didn't do anything wrong. By the way, what are those three people's names? What is their background? That woman's name is Lumeli. She has been at the company for 2 years, and is the best at sucking up to the team leader. The chubbier guy is called Chai Mingsing. He has been here for 2.5 years. He is on the same side as Lumeli. He is the best at switching sides with the wind. The other one is Sui Dingzhen. He has been here 4 or 5 years and never got promoted. He is bitter about it, so he likes to pick on new people to feel important. I nodded and made a mental note of those 3 names. All 3 of them are Song Tianjie's people. They're always hovering around Song Tianjie, real eager to please, and Song Tianjie loves having people kiss up to him. He always plays favorites with them. When I first started, they made me do that stuff too. I didn't dare say anything back then. I put up with it for over a month. It was another coworker who told me about it on the down low. New people getting bullied by them isn't just a one-off thing. I frowned. Nobody does anything about it. Who would? Song Tianjie is the team leader. If he won't do anything, who will? Besides, he actually wants new hires to get knocked down a peg. That way they'll all listen to him. There was a coworker who couldn't take it and went to Song Tianjie to complain. Song Tianjie turned around and chewed him out instead. Said he didn't know how to get along with his colleagues. That guy quit after 2 months. No wonder they're so cocky. So they've got Song Tianjie backing them up. Yeah, tell me about it. But with the scene you caused today, they'll probably tone it down from now on. I mean, the CEO himself spoke up. Even Song Tianjie won't dare to do anything too blatant. Come on, it is almost time to clock in. Back in the office, Lumeli, Kai Mingsing, and Shui Dingzhen were huddled together whispering. When I walked in, all 3 pairs of eyes snapped over to me. I didn't flinch. I stared right back and shot them a glare. There are plenty of people who hate me. Who do they think they are? I had no idea the CEO's office had become like this. Bullying new hires, forming cliques, and creating a toxic workplace. No wonder there is so much turnover. The CEO's office is supposed to support the company, not have the team leader leading his people to bully newcomers. That team leader, how did you even promote him? President, it is my fault. The past few months were so busy with projects I barely had a moment to breathe. The previous team lead had just resigned around then. Song Tianjie is a smooth operator. He is good at putting on a show. Plus, his sister-in-law is the deputy manager of HR. She mentioned it casually, so I just went ahead and promoted Song Tianjie. What, are you close with his sister-in-law? No. She just brought it up in passing at a meeting. I figured why not promote someone when the spot's open, and Song Tianjie's work was decent. Decent at work, but not decent as a person. President, what do you mean? If he pulls that purge the opposition crap again, fire him on the spot. And pay special attention to this. Don't let that new assistant get bullied by him. Wait, since when does the president care about anyone? And a man no less. I mustered up the courage to probe a little. President, you seem a bit different toward that new assistant. Huo Niannian paused for a moment, then gave him a blank expressionless look. Don't pry. Just get what I asked you to do done. If you mess this up, I'm sending you to the African branch. He sneaked a glance at Huo Niannian and just happened to catch the faint curve at the corner of her mouth. The president didn't deny it. She actually didn't deny it. The president has someone she likes. And here I thought she didn't go for the opposite sex. Turns out she has found herself a man she is into. I've got to report this to the chairman. Over at the president's office, team lead Song, the documents are ready. Song Tianjie looked up and glanced at me. Just put them on the desk. I set the files down and said matter-of-factly, team lead Song, HR said my ID badge will be sent to the assistant's office. It is almost quitting time. Can I go downstairs to pick it up? Yeah. I had just grabbed my badge and stepped out of the elevator when I saw Niannian Huo walking toward me. Just as I was about to walk past her, Li Chen, are you really going to pretend you don't know me? I rolled my eyes. I'm just perfectly executing the conditions from your second proposal, aren't I? What? Having second thoughts. Let me tell you, I'm not refunding the money. Niannian Huo was amused by my money-grubbing attitude. When did I ever say anything about a refund? I just think, since you're working at Huo Corporation now, pretending not to know each other isn't really sustainable. Just say a normal hello from now on. That smile of his just happened to be seen by Lin Xiao, who was coming out of the assistant's office. Lin Xiao froze in place. The CEO smiled, and so naturally too. He quickly slipped back into the office, whipped out his phone, and speed-dialed Chairman Langson Huo. Chairman, it is me, Lin Xiao. I need to tell you something. The CEO seems to have found someone. Chairman, you should have seen it. The CEO smiled so naturally. In all my years by his side, I've never seen anything like it. What is his name? How old is he? Which school did he graduate from? What does he look like? What is his personality like? His personality, how should I put it? Today in the office he shut down the team lead and 3 senior employees so hard they couldn't get a word out. He is sharp-tongued and doesn't take any crap. Not someone you'd want to mess with. Good. Lin Xiao, you keep a close eye on him for me. Don't let anyone with bad intentions bully him. Don't worry, Chairman. The CEO has already instructed me to give him special attention. That is good to hear. Dad. It seems Niannian has found someone she likes. I thought our Niannian had been scared off marriage by me and that deadbeat. Now that she has finally found someone who makes her genuinely happy, as her mother, there is no way I'm going to hold her back. How do I help my daughter land a husband? Go straight up and confront him? No way. Our daughter's too proud for that. If she finds out, she'll flip. Secretly playing matchmaker won't work either. That young man seems sharp. Being too obvious would backfire. Right, let's start with the company. Our future son-in-law is in the CEO's office. Plenty of opportunities there. I'm the chairman. I can use work inspections as an excuse. After a few visits we'll get familiar, then slowly build a closer relationship, and then naturally create opportunities for them to spend time together. Perfect. Lao Zhou, clear my entire schedule for next Wednesday. I'm going to the company to inspect all departments. Over by the hallway, I heard what Niannian said. Hello, CEO. I stopped, stood there expressionless and said it flatly, then tilted my head and looked at him. Like this. Normal enough. Should I add a bow? Huo Niannian looked at my fake smile and said, you don't have to be so sarcastic. Who is being sarcastic? You said to greet you normally. Isn't that what I'm doing? Hello, CEO. Goodbye, CEO. Hard work, CEO. From now on, whenever we run into each other at the company, I'll stick to these 3 lines. Normal enough. Huo Niannian was left speechless. Anything else, President Hua? If not, I'll head back to organize some files. After all, I'm here to work, not to chat with the CEO in the hallway. Well, this guy's actually holding back more than he did outside. At least he is not cursing at me. I walked into the office. First, I returned the temporary meal card to Song Tianjie. Song Tianjie took the card back coldly. I went back to my desk, pulled out my phone. Ji Sharan had sent me a message half an hour ago. Chen, how is your first day at work? I replied, it is a long story. What is wrong? Did Huo Niannian give you a hard time? No, the co-workers in the office made me fetch hot water for them. 3 people shoved 3 cups at me. Not even a single polite word. Ji Shaoran sent a string of ellipses. Whatever, I just swallowed it. Even put up with the team leader. Now the whole office knows I'm not someone to mess with. That is so you, but be careful. Don't get yourself fired. After all, it is the Huo family. The pay is decent. Decent pay. So what? I'm not scared at all now. If I lose the job, I lose the job. What about you? Any progress on calling off the engagement? Jiu Qingcheng said she is already working on it and told me to wait for news. Then just wait. If he can't get it done, you still have his IOU in your hands. What is there to be afraid of? True. Are you off work yet? Want to grab a bite? Nah, I still have a shadow over eating out right now. Just going home to crash. Alright. Get some rest early. I stood up and bolted out of there. I finally made it through the first day. The CEO's office at Chenfeng Industries. Sir, here are the files on Mr. Jazzy and Miss Zhou you requested. The engagement between Mr. Ji and Zhou Cece was the result of a business alliance between the two companies, not something either of them wanted. Also, Zhou Cece has more than one man on the side. Have legal take a look. See if our company has any business dealings with these two families. And while they're at it, check if there is anything illegal or against regulations. The assistant acknowledged, turned around and stepped out. Meanwhile, on my way home, I swung by the market after a full day of work. After a long day at work, I deserve to treat myself a little. It is great to have money. I can eat whatever I want. Grandma. Oh, Chen. How was your first day at work? Tired. It was fine. I just sit in the office, so not really tired. That is good. By the way, are you coming back this weekend? Yeah, of course I'll be back. Great. I'll make your favorite dishes at home. Great. I'll make your favorite dishes at home and wait for you to come back. Don't go through all that trouble. You're already tired enough from hosting tourists every day. Not tired. You know my farm stay, it is all city folks driving out for some fresh air and relaxation. I'm only busy during lunch. Weekends get crowded, so don't go out of your way cooking just for me. When I come back this weekend, I'll help you out. Good. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, ate really well. Good. Remember to eat on time. If only Grandma could live with me. She wouldn't have to work so hard alone in the countryside. Back home, Huo Niannian walked through the door. What is wrong, Mom? Don't you recognize me? You're such a grown-up now, and you still joke around with your mom like that. Your Aunt Zhang said she wants to introduce you to her distant nephew. I said yes. We'll set up a time for you two to meet. Mom, I've told you I don't want to get married right now. Don't worry about me. It is all my fault. If it weren't for the mess I made with your deadbeat dad, you wouldn't have lost faith in marriage. Wah wah wah. It is all my fault. Here we go again, always pulling this trick, but somehow it still works on me. Your mother suffered so much back then. Mom, you know, I don't really have anything against men, words on the tip of my tongue. He suddenly froze. Wait a minute. I just brought up marriage with Li Chen, and he chose the money without a second thought. Annoying, but somehow I admire him even more for it. What is going on? Only greedy for money. Not for women, way better than those guys in our circle. I'm talking to you. What are you spacing out about? Mom, if you've got nothing to do, just run the company. You've dumped everything on me. You're the chairman, yet you've washed your hands of everything. Wasn't I the one managing things when you were little? Now that I've finally raised you into someone capable, of course I'd hand the burden over to you. You don't want your mom to keep working herself to the bone, do you? My precious little girl's turning into a drafty jacket. Mom, as long as you don't force me into blind dates, I'll take whatever conditions you name, but you only get one though. Those are your words. Fine. Then you must find a man you like and bring him to me within 2 months. Mom, how is that any different from forcing me to go on blind dates? If you're not willing, I'll have your Aunt Zhang bring someone to the Huo building tomorrow. You can have your blind date right at the company. Huo Nian pictured that scene in his mind. Aunt Zhang striding into the Huo building with some guy in tow. The entire company watching him get set up on a blind date. He got goosebumps all over. He caved instantly. Fine, I'll bring someone I like to you within 2 months. Easy. I'll just hire someone for the job. Li Chen's all about money anyway. He'd probably say yes, right? That is more like it. Oh, by the way, your father Stepson has his eye on you. Watch out, don't let him pull anything on you. I know he even showed up at the company once. He claimed he was my brother. I had security throw him out. What a delusional jerk. You know what is even funnier? Your father called me a couple days ago, using concern for your love life as an excuse. He told me his stepson is outstanding in every way. He is still trying to get his hands on the Huo group. That is why I'm telling you to be careful. Huo Niannian's face turned cold. If they dare mess with me, I'll make sure they regret it big time. Seeing that her daughter knew what she was doing. All right, enough about them. It is bringing the mood down. Go wash your hands and eat. The next day, I walked into the office full of energy. As usual, Ren Lei was the only one who greeted me. Song Tianjie walked over. Take this file to the project department. I nodded. Delivering files. Great. No need to sit in the office. Get out and stretch my legs and slack off while I'm at it. Perfect. Song Tianjie thought I'd cave. Back on top of his game. When I got back to the office, Song Tianjie carefully studied my expression. No exhaustion, no dissatisfaction. Song Tianjie pulled a thick stack of files out of the filing cabinet. Li Chen, organize these files by date and category. Also make a copy of each as backup, and make sure it is done before you clock out. Renly waited until he was out of earshot before turning around. These paper files are already backups. Everything's on the computer. Why would you need another copy? He is doing this on purpose. Isn't this just wasting the company's copy paper? What a waste of resources. Since you want to use work to mess with me, then don't blame me for what happens next. I pretended to head to the restroom, got up and walked out. Song Tianjie shot me a sideways glance, running off. Huh? If you don't finish by the end of the day, that is a bad mark on your internship report. I walked straight to the CEO's office door, raised my hand and knocked. Huo Niannian's voice came from inside. Come in. I pushed the door open and poked my head in. Hello, CEO. Huo Niannian was startled by the sudden voice, and the files in her hand dropped onto the desk. She gritted her teeth, took a deep breath. Li Chen, can you come in and talk? I'm not coming in because I don't want to dirty your floor. Whatever it is, come in and say it. I'm not afraid of you dirtying the floor. I'm here to report to you about the company's resource waste problem. This is purely a waste of paper, wasting electricity and manpower. I think this kind of behavior harms the company's interests. This kind of small matter, you shouldn't be coming to me. You should go to the admin department or the logistics department. CEO Huo, that is not right. 1,000-mile dike can collapse from an ant hole. Then I went on, giving Huo Niannian examples for a full 10 minutes. Huo Niannian went from twitching at the corner of her mouth to getting a headache. What he is saying kind of makes sense. Huo Group isn't going to go bankrupt tomorrow, is it? Seeing that I was about to keep going. Enough. If you keep talking, I'll end up on the streets. Since you've already brought this report to me, then let me ask you, how do you expect me to handle it? How would I know how you handle it? I thought you were going to tell me how to do my job. But why did you come running to me anyway? Because you're the only one I know who dares to manage the CEO's office, so you should consider yourself lucky to have met me. I'm the one who is unlucky. I'm done with this. Handle it yourself. Huo Niannian watched my retreating figure as I fled. She couldn't help but laugh. She pressed the intercom. Lin Xiao, come here. Lin Xiao knocked and entered. What do you need, CEO? Huo Niannian condensed what I had just said, using company resources to haze new employees. The company doesn't need managers like that. Also, the company needs a good cleanup. How about this? When the assistant starts copying, I'll catch them red-handed, then firing them is completely justified. Huo Niannian glanced at him. Fine, you handle it. As for wasting company resources and using company property for personal gain, I'm putting you in charge of investigating that too. The Huo Group doesn't harbor parasites. Understood, I'll get on it right away. Lin Xiao pulled one person from logistics and one from administration. The three of them headed straight for the CEO's office where I was at the copier. Hold on, what are you copying here? I caught on immediately. Documents team lead Song asked me to organize. I'm making a copy as a backup. Song Tianjie's heart sank. Team lead Song, did you arrange this? Executive assistant Lin, I only asked him to organize the files, I didn't tell him to make copies. Maybe he thought a backup was needed on his own. No problem, we'll just check the surveillance, pull up today's footage, see exactly how team lead Song gave his instructions. The admin staff moved fast. After reviewing the footage, Lin Xiao turned to Song Tianjie. Anything else to say, team lead Song? Lin Xiao then told the admin staff pull up the surveillance from the last few months too. I want to see how team lead Song usually manages his department. After reviewing it, Lin Xiao immediately called Huo Niannian. CEO, could you come over here? Huo Niannian arrived quickly after watching the footage. She glanced at Song Tianjie. Song Tianjie, you're fired. Pack your things, leave now. CEOI. Huo Niannian pointed at the screen. These three people too, all of them. Niannian glanced at me, then turned and walked out of the CEO's office. Lin Xiao said to the HR department staff, watch them pack up their things. Get their exit paperwork done by the end of today. Song Tianjie shot me a vicious glare, then turned around and started packing. The other three did the same. The CEO's office. Lin Xiao stood in front of Huo Niannian's desk. President, wouldn't you call that a damsel saving a hero? Stop talking nonsense. Find a new team leader as soon as possible. The president's office can't be left unmanaged. Li Shuang, the deputy director of PR, is pretty good, solid management and coordination skills. Transferring him to the president's office should keep things under control. Make it clear to him. The nature of the work in the president's office is different from PR. Be fair and impartial with everyone. Got it. This time I'll keep a close eye on the CEO's office. I'll stop by every now and then. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on that assistant Li for you. Alright, go get it done. The next day, the new team leader for the CEO's office arrived. Hello everyone, I'm your new team leader Li Chen from now on. If you have any issues at work, feel free to come to me anytime. My principle is simple. I focus on the work, not the person. Everyone does their own job. Just handle your own responsibilities well. At 2:30 in the afternoon, a woman in her 50s walked into the CEO's office. An assistant followed behind her. Li Chen was the first to stand up. Chairwoman. Everyone else stood up too. Sit down, sit down. I'm just here to take a look around. No need to be nervous. Her gaze landed on me. She walked over and stood in front of my desk. You must be Li Chen. Hello, Chairwoman. Huo Niannian pulled a chair over and sat down next to me. Looked me up and down. A bit thin, and you don't look well. Is the chairwoman concerned about me? I heard you got bullied on your very first day here. Oh, it has already been resolved. Everyone's been great. Huo Niannian nodded. Her eyes landed on the unopened box of crackers on my desk. Is this what you're eating? I didn't eat well at lunch. I actually ate plenty in the cafeteria. This is just in case I get hungry in the afternoon. Huo Niannian shook her head disapprovingly. Don't just focus on work, you need to take care of yourself. Here, take this and brew it in hot water to drink. I looked down and saw it was a box of American ginseng slices. Chairman, this is too generous. I can't accept it. Take it, don't be so formal with me. Seeing the same look in the chairman's eyes that my grandmother used to give me, my heart skipped a beat. Could Huo Niannian have told her mom about what happened that night? No way. How could rich parents like them ever approve of a poor guy like me? But then why is the chairman being so nice to me? Maybe it is because of the workplace bullying I went through. She is reaching out as company leadership to check on me. Yeah, that is got to be it. You're friends with Li Chen, right? Make sure to look after him. Don't worry, Chairman. I will. If anything comes up, go straight to your CEO. Okay, thank you, Chairman. The assistant glanced back at me one more time before leaving. The chairman came to check on the employees. Why do I feel like she came to size up her son-in-law? That young man is pretty good. I'm very satisfied. Keep an eye on him for me. Don't let any other woman get close to him. Don't worry, Chairman. The CEO's already watching him closely. I'll come back next Wednesday. After Huo Niannian left, everyone came over one by one to show their goodwill. I didn't play hard to get. I just smiled and nodded in response. All right. I'll be counting on all of you from now on. The next day at noon, a group of us were sitting in the cafeteria chatting and laughing. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a middle-aged woman heading our way with a food tray. Team leader Li got transferred to the president's office. Congratulations, Deputy Director Ren. We're all just serving the company. Oh, you're Song Tianjie's sister-in-law. So you're the new guy, Li Chen. I picked up a piece of braised pork, took my time chewing and swallowing it. Whoa there, lady. Do we know each other? Well, I've heard so much about you. Song Tianjie got fired because of you, didn't he? Vice Director Ren, that is not right. Song Tianjie was fired because he had his own problems. What does that have to do with me? If it weren't for you stirring things up, how could he have ended up like this? Ha, Vice Director Ren. I don't follow. Are you saying everything he did was justified? You dare twist my words? Let me tell you, if you want to get promoted from intern, you still have to get through HR. Oh, Vice Director Ren, are you threatening me? Then I'll go to the CEO's office right now and have a word with the CEO and Assistant Lin. What do you think the CEO would say about that? You. What about me? If you've got a problem, go talk to Assistant Lin or the CEO. I'm not stopping you. But let me give you a heads up before you go. I'd suggest you pick a fight with the security cameras first since they've got the evidence. Someone nearby couldn't hold back a laugh, and then the whole cafeteria erupted in laughter. Ren Nash shot me a fierce glare, tossed out one line, "Just you wait," and turned to leave. Boss, guess what I just saw in the cafeteria? Assistant Li had Song Tianjie's sister-in-law. Ren Na cowering like a scared puppy. The whole cafeteria went wild. Haha. 3 seconds later, Huo Niannian replied with one word. Wouldn't you at least ask how the fight went? No need to ask, she definitely won. Lin Xiao shook his head with a smile. Oh no, the boss is already in way too deep. Lin Xiao returned to the office and told Huo Niannian everything that had just happened. Huo Niannian tapped her fingers lightly on the desk twice. How long has Renna been in HR? 11 years, 6 as deputy director. Look into her. Now. Lin Xiao nodded. He first had HR pull up Ren Na's work records from the past few years. Then he had the admin department pull up the relevant approval processes. He also privately reached out to a few employees who'd had issues with Ren Na. Ma'am, the investigation is complete. Go ahead. When Song Tianjie got into the Huo group, his written test score was 48. Company policy is that anyone scoring below 60 is automatically eliminated, but someone got him onto the interview list anyway. 2 of the 3 interviewers were Ren Na's people. Also, over the past 3 years Ren Na accepted bribes, helping people get transfers and promotions. The total amount is roughly 860,000. Before noon tomorrow, I want the complete investigation results on my desk. Understood. Should we keep an eye on Ren Na tonight? No. Let her have one more good night's sleep. The next day at noon, a more detailed investigation report was placed in front of Huo Niannian. Huo Niannian read it and was silent for a long time. Some companies go under not because of major decision-making errors, but because of these little things that chip away at them bit by bit. These 2 people just happened to get caught. What about the ones who didn't? Is lawyer Zhao from legal here? Have him come to my office. At 2 o'clock that afternoon, the HR department door was suddenly pushed open. A nervous Ren Na looked up abruptly. She saw Lin Xiao followed by 2 other people. 2 people in uniform. Her mind went blank. Ren Na, you're suspected of embezzlement and bribery. The company has filed a police report. These 2 are officers from the Economic Crime Investigation Division. Please cooperate with the investigation. Ren Na shot up from her chair. Her chair slid backward, banging into the filing cabinet. Assistant Lin, this has to be a misunderstanding. Lin Xiao shook his head. Everything you've done in recent years, the company has all the evidence. If you think you're innocent, tell these officers. Ren Na's face went white as a sheet. The 2 officers stepped forward. Ren Na, please come with us. Assistant Lin, I just made a momentary mistake. Please don't let them take me away. Too late. It didn't take long before the news spread across the company group chat. Did you hear? Ren Na from HR was taken away by the police for bribery. Serves her right. About time they investigated. In the CEO's office, Ren Li suddenly let out a shout. Whoa. Hey, check out the company forum quick. Ren Na got arrested. Over 800,000 in bribes. Everything came out. That fast. She was strutting around the cafeteria yesterday, and today she is in cuffs. Instant karma, huh? Could it be because of what happened yesterday? What does that have to do with me? If he is clean, he has got nothing to fear from an investigation. If he is dirty, that is on him. Yeah, that makes sense. But what a coincidence though. Sir, would you say Ren Na basically brought this on herself? If she hadn't gone picking a fight in the cafeteria and threatened Li Chen, we wouldn't have investigated her. Get the company-wide audit moving as soon as possible. Start with HR and finance. If those 2 departments are rotten, the whole company can't be clean. Understood. Over the next week, I settled into the job. Li Shuang mentioned to Lin Xiao privately. The new hires sharp. Quick with their hands too, not bad. Lin Xiao turned around and passed that along to Huo Niannian. A faint smile appeared on Huo Niannian's face. She just gave a soft Lin Xiao silently grumbled to herself. Keep playing it cool. Before they knew it, Friday rolled around. Quitting time. Any plans for the weekend? I'm gonna organize the files on my desk, then head back to my hometown. Oh, my aunt set me up on a blind date. You said yes, like I had a choice. My parents drilled it into me. If I dare to pull that stunt again like last time, saying it before I even sit down, that I'm just here to go through the motions for my family and I don't even want to date, they'd disown me as their son. I couldn't help but laugh. You actually did that last time. You bet. The girl's face dropped and she walked right out. When my mom found out, she chewed me out for 3 days straight. Tone it down this time. At least finish the meal before you reject her. Ren Li rolled his eyes. Can't you say something positive? What if this one actually works out? Hemp, if it does, you're buying. Phew. Fine. Hopefully I'll run into someone normal this time and put an end to my miserable blind date run. From a distance, the 2 of them spotted someone standing by the elevator. Ren Li paused mid-step and whispered, "The CEO's here too." I walked over without changing my expression. "Hello, CEO." Huo Nian turned her head and glanced at me. The elevator went down. People got on at every floor. Huo Nian and I kept getting pushed closer together. This woman is actually pretty good looking. Huo Nian noticed me staring and turned to look back. I immediately glared back at her. What are you looking at? The elevator doors opened. While everyone was greeting Huo Nian, I took Ren Lei and left right away. We each headed home. On the way home, I passed by a store for middle-aged and elderly clothing. Grandma hasn't bought new clothes in a long time. I've got money to spend now. Handsome. Who are you buying clothes for? Let me recommend something for you. For my grandma. She is in her 60s, about 5'2", a bit thin. With the salesperson's help, I bought grandma a top and a pair of pants. Your grandma is really lucky. Having such a devoted grandson, grandma's definitely going to say, I'm wasting money again, and then she'll turn right around and show it off to everyone. Early the next morning, the long-distance bus pulled up at the village entrance. Nothing beats the country air. It carries the smell of fresh grass and earth, and a hint of chicken manure too. A courtyard by the roadside was packed with cars. I figured there were at least a dozen or so. That must bring in a pretty penny in parking fees every day. I walked on down the road and ran into a guy from our clan, third uncle. Li Guangrong's face immediately lit up with a smile. "Ah, Chen, you're back. Your grandma said you got into a big company. Is that true?" I gave a modest smile. "Yeah, it is a big company, but I'm still on my internship. Gotta wait 3 months to see if I get converted to full-time." No way I was gonna make big promises in front of these folks. They never meant well anyway. I remember as a kid hearing them say stuff like, "What could a kid with no parents ever amount to?" Grandma's been holding in that frustration too, not wanting them to look down on me. Oh, I see. Anyway, uncle, I'm gonna head back. Gotta help my grandma with the cooking. Just as I turned the corner, I saw the old lady standing at our courtyard gate, craning her neck to look for me. "Grandma, I'm home. You look thinner to me. Have you been skipping meals again?" And there it is, that special kind of concern called, "Grandma thinks you've lost weight again." "Grandma, I haven't lost any weight. I stewed you some chicken. It is just done cooking. Go have a bowl while it is hot." "Didn't I tell you not to make any? It is already made. Now hurry up. The tourists will be coming in to eat soon. And then I won't have time for you." "Grandma, I got you some clothes. Go try them on and see if they fit." "Why'd you buy me all this? It is not like I don't have clothes to wear. Such a waste of money." I turned and ducked into the kitchen, scooped out 2 bowls of chicken, and set them on the table in the main room. "Grandma, eat with me." "You go ahead and eat." I put the clothes away. I pulled her over to the table and sat her down and put the chopsticks into her hand. "If you're not eating, then I'm not eating either." All right, all right, all right. Grandma will eat with you." After the 2 of us finished eating, I pushed Lin Shuyi into the room. "Go try on the clothes, and see if they fit. I'll go wash the dishes." I dried my hands and came out, and saw Lin Shuyi walking out of the room wearing the new clothes. She came out of the room wearing the new clothes. She looked a lot more spirited overall. "How is it? Does it fit?" I looked her up and down. It fits really well." Lin Shuyi touched the clothes on her, with a smile in her eyes. "Don't buy any more from now on. Why waste the money?" I walked over, straightened her collar and said with a smile, "All right, I won't buy any more from now on." Suddenly a shout came from outside the yard. "Is Aunt Lin home?" "She is here." A woman stood at the entrance of the yard. "Aunt Lin, we're here again. We'll come by around 12:30 for lunch. Could you please prepare a meal for us? Here is the deposit, same as usual." "Yes, just like before." Lin Shuyi went back to the room to change out of her new clothes first and put them away carefully. Then she turned and headed into the kitchen to start cooking. I followed her into the kitchen. "Grandma, let me help you." We worked straight through until 3 in the afternoon. I have to get Grandma to the city. I can't let her keep working this hard all by herself. After resting for a bit, I'm going to take a shower. I'm all sweaty and smelling like cooking oil. I helped her into the back room. "Grandma, you must be exhausted today. After you wash up, I'll give you a massage." "All right, my old bones and arms are a bit sore. Give me a rub later." I pulled out my phone. And back in the city, I'll go look at places first. Either buy a small one or rent a 2-bedroom near the company. I'll bring Grandma over then. I'll say work is wearing me out. I'm not eating well or sleeping well, and ask her to come cook for me. That always works on Grandma. After Grandma finished her shower, I used the hairdryer to dry her hair, then had her lie down on the couch. "Grandma, is this pressure okay?" Just right. Where'd you learn this skill?" Followed a tutorial online. Pretty impressive, right? Lin Shuyi's breathing gradually steadied, and she fell asleep within minutes. The next day was just as busy. After the last table of guests left, I helped Grandma clean up, then started packing to head back to the capital. Lin Shuyi opened her mouth as if to say something, then swallowed the words. "Grandma, I'm heading out. Travel safe. And call me when you get there." "Grandma, can you not work so hard? From now on, only take reservations. Walk-ins are too tiring. Let's skip them, okay?" "Grandma's not tired. It is only busy on weekends. Usually there is hardly anyone. At most 1 or 2 tables. Don't worry, Grandma's doing just fine." I took her hand. "Grandma, why don't you come back to the capital with me? You just started working. Grandma doesn't want to be a burden. Once you get married and have kids, Grandma will quit and come take care of them for you. Then should I hurry up and get married and have a kid so you can come sooner?" Lin Shuyi laughed at that. "Fine. Then I'll start looking as soon as I get back. My coworkers all went on blind dates this weekend. Next time I'll go too. You, just get going. Keep dawdling and it'll be dark out." After coming back from my hometown, I spent any free time scrolling through rental listings near the office. During the day, I'd ask my coworkers about the market. Buying a place is too rushed, so I'll rent nearby first to get settled and take my time looking on weekends. After work, I went to see 3 apartments. In the end, I settled on a small 2-bedroom, just a 10-minute walk from the company. The landlord was a straightforward guy. Hey, Xiao Li. Since you're a Hui's employee, I'll skip the security deposit. You can move in whenever you're ready. It only took a few days to finish moving. The next morning, I showed up at the office feeling refreshed. Li Chen, you're all moved in. Yeah, it only takes 7 minutes to walk to the office now. Lucky you, my commute takes 2 hours every day. You could move too. There are plenty of places nearby. Man, I wish I could. But my wallet says no. At 11:30, Huo Niannian showed up at the CEO's office. You go about your business. I'm just looking around. Li Chen, busy at work. Hello, chairwoman. Oh, don't call me chairwoman anymore. Just call me Aunt Shin. I wouldn't dare call you aunt. I heard you went back to your hometown this weekend. Is your grandma doing well? She is doing great. Thank you for asking, chairwoman. I should go visit sometime. You can be my tour guide. That is no problem. The two of them chatted casually about this and that. Then lunchtime rolled around. Come on, I'll take you out to eat. No, chairwoman. I'll just grab something at the cafeteria. What is so good about the cafeteria? You must be sick of it by now. I know a nice little restaurant nearby with authentic food. You'll love it. Chairwoman, really I don't need— What do you think, I'm too old to be your friend? My jaw nearly hit the floor. How was I supposed to respond to that? In all my life, I've dealt with all kinds of people, but this was the first time someone left me completely speechless. Chairwoman, it is not that you're not worthy of being my friend, it is that I'm not worthy of being yours. If I think you're worthy, then you're worthy. Come on, or we'll lose our table. I looked at Ren Li with a look of utter despair. Go ahead. Even after sitting down in the restaurant's private room, I was still in a daze. Bring us a few of your signature dishes. Sure. Right away. Have some tea while you wait. Huo Niannian picked up her phone and tapped a few times. The phone on the Huo Corporation CEO's desk lit up. My mom went to Liu's restaurant to eat by herself. Doesn't she usually go with her girlfriends? I'm already having lunch. Huo Niannian replied instantly. I don't care. You need to come. Eating alone is boring. Huo Niannian let out a sigh and reluctantly made her way to the restaurant. Try this. The fish here is killed fresh, so it is really fresh. Thank you, Chairman. The fish is tender, cooked just right. It is really delicious. No, you should call me auntie. I hesitated for a moment, but still couldn't bring myself to say it. This place has been open for over 20 years. The owner used to be a chef at a big hotel. After retiring, he opened this little place himself. No advertising. It is all regulars bringing in other regulars. No wonder. It is so good. Huolan saw how much I was enjoying it. Where are you? All the dishes are on the table. Huo Niannian, who had arrived just in time, pushed the door open and walked in. Why is my mom having lunch with Li Chen? Come in, have a seat. Huo Niannian's gaze lingered on my face for a second. I froze with a pork rib in my mouth. Mom, why are you two together? Chen and I are good friends. What is wrong with having a meal together? She then picked up another bite and put it on my plate. Eat up, this chicken is good too. I felt extremely uncomfortable right now. If I'd known the chairman was going to call Huo Niannian over, I wouldn't have come no matter what. Chen, are there any specialties from your hometown? I quickly swallowed the rib in my mouth. Wild vegetables from the mountains, free-range chickens and ducks raised by the villagers, and the little fish from the creek. They're especially tasty when fried. Sounds great. When I go there, you'll have to take me to try them. Sure. My grandma runs a farm stay at home. I'll have her show you her skills when we go. My grandma's an amazing cook. Then, it is settled. I'll bring Niannian along when we go. Aiken, what do you usually do after work? Do you have a girlfriend? Cough. No, good. That is good. No rush for a guy. Pretending to eat her food obediently, but secretly eavesdropping the whole time. Good thing you don't have a girlfriend. Otherwise, what would that make me that night? Right after they finished eating, Huo Niannian's phone rang. Her expression shifted slightly. Yeah, okay, I get it now. I'll be right there. After hanging up, he looked at me with an apologetic expression. Aiken, I'm really sorry. Something urgent came up. I can't drive you back. No worries, Chairman. I'll just grab a cab. When you head back to the office, give her a ride. Huo Niannian glanced at me. Fine. Huo Niannian hurried off. That just threw the two of them together. No need to trouble you, Miss Huo. I'll just take a cab back to the office. The moment I took a step, my wrist was grabbed. If you take a cab back on your own, my mom will definitely chew me out when she finds out. I pulled my arm back. You don't tell. I don't tell. How would the chairman ever know? Li Chen. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. What would I be afraid of? You're not scared something might happen between us again, are you? My ears turned red instantly. Don't think just because you're a woman I won't hit you. I'm a martial arts expert. Haha. What are you laughing at? Funny. I'm a martial arts expert too. Want to spar? You know, martial arts. Yeah, want to give it a shot. She just goes for it. She never plays by the rules. Close call another second, and that would have hit me right in the face. You actually hit me. Sparring means going all out. Huo Niannian dropped her playful attitude. The two went back and forth in the private room. I grew more and more shocked. Huo Niannian really wasn't just putting on a show. A spinning kick grazed past my shoulder. I jumped back. Okay, stop. So, still want to spar? I looked at his radiant expression and couldn't help but laugh. My smile caught Huo Niannian's eye for a split second. Huo Niannian checked the time. Let's go, time to get back to work. Old Zhang, the driver, saw how awkward we were in the rearview mirror. The corner of his mouth twitched slightly. When the chairman left earlier, she specifically told me, Old Zhang, drive steady on the way. Brake when you need to brake, turn when you need to turn. Don't hold back. I didn't really get what she meant at the time. Now, I get it. The car drove along the road, then suddenly slammed on the brakes. You okay? Before he could finish, the car swerved sharply again. He tipped over toward me. I shoved him away. Are you doing this on purpose? It is not on purpose. It is the car swaying. By the time I got to my desk, I was already half an hour late. Li Chen, perfect timing. Come with me for a second. This can't be about me being late, right? We walked over to Li Shuang's desk. Someone posted online, claiming to be the CEO's fiancé, and said both sets of parents have already given their approval. Take a look at this first. Team leader Li. What if this post is actually true? True or not? It is our job in the executive office to handle these issues for the CEO. As long as the CEO hasn't publicly acknowledged it, then as far as we're concerned it doesn't count. Unless the CEO personally tells you, this is my fiancé. So go find the CEO now and ask him how he wants to handle this, whether to ignore it, issue a statement denying it, or have PR step in and legal send a cease and desist. Yeah, it is entirely up to him. Once you've got the answer, we'll follow through on our end. All right, can you screenshot it? Send me the link too. I'll go talk to him right now. Li Shuang sent the link to my phone. I turned and headed toward the CEO's office. Lin Xiao set the tablet down on the desk. The post from earlier was right there on the screen. Can I help you? Team leader Li sent me to ask about the matter regarding you and your fiancé. Are we going to respond or not? Since when do I have a fiancé news to me? I opened the link on my phone and turned the screen toward him. It is what people are saying online. They even claim to know you well. Hemp. You actually believe stuff you read online. Whether I believe it isn't the point. The point is how you plan to handle it. Huo Niannian glanced at Lin Xiao. I'll take care of this. Assistant Li, go on back to work. Fine. I turned around briskly. My hand was already on the doorknob. Wait. Huo Niannian's voice came from behind me. I looked back at her. I don't have a fiancé. All that nonsense online. Don't take it to heart. I was taken aback for a moment. Got it. That was a little fast. Lin Xiao's mouth twitched slightly. Boss, what you just said sounded like you were explaining yourself to a boyfriend. If I'm not mistaken, this post was put up by my dear old dad's stepson, Xu Haoji. Boss, after the mess your dad made with the chairman back then, how does he have the nerve to have his stepson pursue you, trying to scheme his way into Huo Corporation? Are they out of their minds? There is no way you or the chairman would ever agree to that. If it turns out Xu Haoji really did post it, what are you planning to do, boss? Then they can enjoy a free meal at the government's expense. Put together the documents on their tax evasion and food safety violations we've uncovered, and send them to the tax authorities and food regulatory agency respectively. Boss, no room for mercy at all. You know exactly what they did to try and get their hands on the whole group back then. When my mom turned things around against all odds, the two of them got on their knees and begged her. My mom let them off the hook, only because Wu Hao shares blood with me. But now they're stirring up trouble again. In that case, then we'll just crush their dreams right in the cradle. Lin Xiao nodded. Then we'll issue a statement first, followed by a cease and desist letter. As soon as we confirm Xu Haoji did it, I'll release the evidence directly. I returned to the executive office and relayed Huo Niannian's instructions to Li Shuang. The boss said she doesn't have a fiancé and we don't need to worry about it. Assistant Lin is handling it. We don't need to do anything. Lin Xiao called the IT department's extension. I need you to look up someone who posted online. The more detailed the info, the better. Make it quick. Oh, and one more thing. Once you find them, don't tip them off. Report back to me first. Then he called the PR department. Director Zhao, you've seen the post about the CEO's fiancé online, right? Prepare a public statement. Use strong wording. Make it clear that the CEO is currently single. She has no fiancé. The rumors online are pure fabrication. I'll coordinate with the legal department. A cease and desist letter will be sent out as well. Finally, he called the legal department. Attorney Li, prepare a cease and desist letter. Defamation and slander. Don't leave anyone out. The Huo group moved fast. At 3 p.m., the company's official website and Weibo account simultaneously released a stern statement. The Huo group works fast. They put out a statement within hours. They even sent a cease and desist letter. So who posted that thing anyway? What defamation? That afternoon, the IT department sent Lin Xiao the investigation results. Xu Haoji paid someone $5,000 to post it. CEO, we've got it figured out. Xu Haoji hired someone to post it. We have the evidence. Evidence in hand, Huo Niannian replied instantly. Proceed as planned. Lin Xiao called the legal department, Attorney Li. We have solid evidence now. Send out the formal cease and desist letter. Address it to Xu Haoji. Then he called the PR department. Director Zhao, prepare a second statement. We've identified the rumor monger. We will pursue this through legal channels to the fullest extent. Make the wording even tougher. Lin Xiao opened his computer and sent the evidence he'd gathered to the tax authorities and the food safety regulators. 3 days after the information was sent, Haohao's food company was paid a visit by the tax bureau and the food safety regulators. A week later, the food test results came back. High concentrations were detected in the submitted samples of nitrites and multiple illegal additives. Long-term consumption poses a cancer risk. All defective products are to be sealed and destroyed. A fine of 3 million yuan for products already sold. Refunds available at point of purchase with receipt or invoice. The tax audit also issued a notice. Shiyun Company evaded taxes over the past 3 years, totaling over 12 million yuan. In addition to back taxes, late fees and penalties will be imposed, totaling 20 million yuan. Just as Haohao was resigned to accepting all the penalties, his long-term extramarital affair with Lu Xinru and abuse of his terminally ill wife, Xu Pingzhang's post went viral on the trending list. Oh my god. Is this for real? My heart goes out to Xu Pingzhang. The ex-wife and her lover abused a sick woman. She died with regrets. The Huo group previously issued a statement saying they would pursue those spreading rumors to the fullest extent, and now this company just blew up. Are these two things connected? Haohao was taken away from his home. His psychological defenses completely collapsed. Lin Xiao was scrolling through the news. The top trending item was Shiyun Company's CEO Haohao and legal representative Lu Xinru being placed under investigation by police. Lin Xiao got up and headed straight for the CEO's office. CEO, Haohao and Lu Xinru have both been arrested. Are we still pursuing Xu Haoji? Pursue it to the end. Don't let any of them off the hook. Got it. I'll have legal keep a close eye on it. When I came to work on Monday, I could feel a different atmosphere in the office. What is going on? You haven't heard. The company is doing a full audit on misappropriation of company assets and bribery. I heard they were secretly investigating before. People in finance have already been called in for talks. Some people were using company cars as their personal vehicles and expensing all the gas. It is all coming out now. That is not all. Some people were running their own companies on the side, using the Huo Group's resources to drum up business for themselves. They got caught too. I was taken aback. Then I remembered what I had said to Huo Niannian before. Li Chen, why do you think the company suddenly launched this full-scale investigation? Is it because of the whole Song Tianjie wasting resources thing? Plus Rene's embezzlement. That is what pushed the CEO to make the call. Probably. The people getting caught are probably going to hold a grudge against Song Tianjie and Ren Na. If it weren't for those two, the company wouldn't have suddenly gotten so serious. If they found out it was me who ran my mouth in front of Huo Niannian, and that is what set off this whole chain of events, then the one they'd hate is probably me. Alright, enough gossiping, get back to work. The company cracking down on this stuff is a good thing. It has got nothing to do with you. Everyone headed back to their desks. This whole series of moves, one after another, felt like it was planned well in advance. Back when I brought it up to him, he seemed all reluctant about it, but I didn't expect him to move this fast and this decisively. The overall atmosphere at Huo Corporation has shifted noticeably, though it doesn't really have anything to do with me. Life's been plain but fulfilling. Over on Gu Qingcheng's side, after a period of investigation, his assistant laid the findings out neatly on his desk. Sir, we've looked into everything. Quite the colorful life, huh? Miss Zhou, regarding your arranged marriage to Ji Xiaoran, we expect you to be the one to initiate its dissolution. You may decide on your own reasoning. Be tactful in your wording. Feel free to keep the enclosed photos as a memento. Please have it done within 7 days. Then there were letters to Zhou Jiancheng and Ji Guoliang, each ending with the same line. Get it done within a week. That same evening, Ji Xiaoran, who was having dinner with me, was called back home. Did you do this? Ji Xiaoran walked over, picked up the papers, and took a look. Tax evasion details, shipping records of substandard goods passed off as quality products, and that letter demanding he call off the engagement. Dad, if I had that kind of pull, would I still be following your orders and getting engaged to that woman Zhou Cece? True. This kid has been under my thumb since he was little. What major he studied in college, what job he took after graduating, who he married, all of it was my call. If he had that kind of ability, he'd have stopped listening to me a long time ago. Then, who did this? How should I know? Maybe Zhou Cece offended someone out there and dragged our family into it. Or maybe you offended someone in business, Dad, and this is their way of warning you. Call off the engagement tomorrow with the Zhou family. The wedding's off. The next day, the Zhou and Ji families both announced the dissolution of the engagement. I picked up my phone and sent him a message. Chen, I'm done with the engagement. Finally free. Ji Shiran looked at the words on the screen and smiled. From today on, I'm no longer Zhou Cici's fiancé and no longer Li Guoliang's pawn for trading favors. I'm Ji Shiran. Chen. Are you busy? I want to move out. You should have done that a long time ago, but I have nowhere to go. Come to my place, that 2-bedroom I used to rent. I originally planned to have my grandma stay there. When I went back this weekend to bring it up, he refused no matter what I said. Is that really okay? There is nothing wrong with it, move in first. Once you find a place you like, you can move out. Isn't that a bit far for your commute? Once I move out, I'm not going to work at the family company anymore. My parents don't care anyway. Give it back when he asks. Didn't we agree you'd return it once it was done? Why haven't you given it back? I'm not in the mood. Why should I make the first move? Ji Shiran listened and nodded seriously. Fair enough. We'll do it your way. During the lunch break, Li Chen's company posted a job announcement. I sent Ji Shiran a message on my phone. The whole group just posted a hiring announcement. Go get your resume ready. Ji Shiran replied, already done. In the CEO's office, President. Did you not sleep well last night? I slept fine. I just keep feeling sleepy for no reason. Huo Niannian opened her lunchbox. The fishy smell hit her nose. Her stomach churned. Lin Xiao froze for a moment and asked, President, you look terrible. Are you okay? Huo Niannian closed the lunchbox. She took a few deep breaths to push down the nausea. President, maybe you should see a doctor. I'm fine. Maybe I'm catching a cold. No appetite. I'll take some cold medicine later and be fine. Huo Niannian glanced at the lunchbox in Lin Xiao's hand and asked, what are you having for lunch? Tiger, skin peppers. Let's swap. You have mine. You have a cold eating something this spicy. Are you sure that is okay? Li Niannian opened Lin Xiao's lunchbox. She picked up a bite and put it in her mouth. The spiciness exploded on her tongue. Her whole body felt great. I'm fine. I'm into this right now. This cold of yours is pretty weird. Other people lose their appetite when they're sick, but you're different. You're craving spicy food. Li Niannian finished eating and lay down on the bed in the side room and fell fast asleep until Lin Xiao woke her up. President, are you really okay? Li Niannian frowned deeply. She rubbed her temples, feeling a vague sense of unease. What is wrong with me? But she couldn't quite put her finger on it. She went to the hospital. At the hospital, Li Niannian held the report in her hand. Congratulations, you're pregnant, about a month along. Make sure to rest and get proper nutrition. Get regular prenatal checkups. I'm going to be a mom, my baby. Li Chen and I have a little one. Should I tell him? On Friday after work, Ren Lei quietly said to me, Li Chen, have you noticed the president hasn't come to the office for 2 days? Do you think the blind date went well? And she is off dating. My heart felt a little bitter. I said casually, who knows? Just then Li Sharan called me. Chen, Gu Qingcheng wants to meet me. When? Now? Then go, see what he has to say, and really think things through for yourself. Li Sharan walked into the tea house where Gu Qingcheng had arranged to meet, feeling a bit nervous. Gu Qingcheng was quietly flipping through a paper contract. He gestured toward the seat across from him. Li Sharan pulled out the chair and sat down. What exactly was Gu Qingcheng up to? Did you ask me here about the broken engagement or the IOU? I brought it with me today. I can return it to you anytime. The IOU can wait. That is not why I asked you here today. When I was gathering information on the Zhou family and your father's company, my methods were a bit heavy-handed. I apologize for that. That is just how business works. Without solid proof, neither family would have let go willingly. I understand. I was already tired of this marriage that was only for business cooperation. Actually, I should thank you. Otherwise, I'd still be trapped by my family, used as a tool for family interests. I've seen too many people sacrifice love for business. Our parents use their children's marriages to pave the way, but they never ask what we want. The fact that you chose to break free on your own shows more clarity than most kids from wealthy families. I've lived my whole life being told what to do. I couldn't even say what I liked out loud. Moving out over this broken engagement is the first time I've truly lived for myself. Actually, I noticed you a long time ago. At that industry summit, your father forced you to socialize with Zhou Cici. You deliberately kept your distance the entire time. It was clear you were completely against that arranged marriage. Around that time, I was reviewing the risks in our cooperation with the Zhou family, and I looked into Zhou Cici's behavior behind closed doors. That is when I decided to step in and help you get out. Was it only because of the cooperation risks, or was there another reason? At first, it was just business, but after running into each other a few times, I realized you're gentle but have firm principles. Even when pressured by my family, I wouldn't compromise on unreasonable arrangements. I admire people like that. To be honest, I've been thinking about you a lot lately. Ever since I moved in with Li Chen, in my free time I can't help but think back to the moments we met. I just didn't dare to think too much into it. I always felt like we belonged to two different companies, with too much conflicting interest between us. Business is work, feelings are personal. The two can be separated. I asked you out today because I want to ask you directly if you have some feelings for me too. We can try dating normally. No family talk, no business talk, just be each other's significant other. If you don't feel that way, I'll take back the IOU. From now on, we'll only keep things professional. I won't bother you again. All of Ji Sharan's worries instantly vanished. I'm willing. A warm smile spread across his lips. I really want to date you. Gu Qingcheng's lips curled into a gentle, soft smile. She reached out and slid the IOU back across the table to Ji Sharan. You keep this for now. Consider it a safety net. Would you like to come over to my place on Saturday? I'll cook a few of my signature dishes. Li Chen won't be home. Sounds great. If your father gives you a hard time, you can always talk to me. Don't worry, I won't back down this time. Once I settle into my new job, we'll be able to see each other often. Oh, by the way, I'm planning to tell Li Chen tonight. He has always hoped I'd break free from the arranged marriage and find someone I truly love. All right. Ji Sharan returned to his place. I immediately looked up. How did it go? Did Gu Qingcheng bring up the IOU, or some other trouble? We've agreed to officially date. Huh, I raised an eyebrow at that. Really happy for you. Finally done with that awful arranged marriage. It is great that you found someone you click with. Ji Sharan smiled and nodded. Oh, by the way, I invited him over for dinner tomorrow. Too bad, you'll be away. I waved my hand with a smile. No worries, we'll meet eventually. I'll just stay out of the way. Don't want to interrupt your date. The two of them talked for a long while, from their future date plans to Ji Sharan's career plans. Ji Qingcheng went home, his mind filled with images of his time with Ji Sharan. He took out his phone and texted Ji Sharan. Let me know when you're home. Safe travels. Already home. Had a great time with you today. Are you free tomorrow? Want to take a morning walk on the trail at the edge of town? The next morning, after their walk, they went grocery shopping. Ji Sharan went home to cook. Gu Qingcheng tasted Ji Sharan's cooking and his eyes lit up. This is really delicious. Cooking used to just be a hobby, something to pass the time. Now that there is someone to share meals with, cooking actually means something. Then, I'll be eating well from now on. Sunday evening, Ji Sharan went out on a date. I was curled up on the couch scrolling through my phone. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. What are you doing here? Li Chen, I have to tell you something. What is wrong? Come in. First, he pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to me. A hospital test report. My child. I have a child with Huo Niannian. When did you find out? Last week. I've been going back and forth on whether to tell you. Why didn't you tell me? I was afraid you'd run off. That day you chose the money over marrying me. I was scared you'd do it again this time. The reason I chose the money that day was tax evasion leading to death by negligence. He was officially arrested and prosecuted. Shiyun Company went into full liquidation. Assets were frozen. As for the rumors Su Haoji spread, the court ruled for compensation and damages for emotional distress. He also had to issue a public apology online. All those so-called friends of his ended up on the dishonesty blacklist. Ji Guoliang later came to see Shaoran, hoping to patch things up between father and son. Ji Sharan only said one thing in response. Dad. From now on, I'll make my own decisions. 1 month later, I officially became a full-time employee. Ji Sharan also joined the Huo Corporation. He works hard and steadily, and his relationship with Gu Qingcheng is going strong. What made me happiest was that Grandma finally came to the capital. I used my old trick, working overtime every day, not eating well, not sleeping well. The moment Grandma heard, she panicked, packed her bags overnight and rushed over. When she walked in and saw the room all set up, fresh sheets on the bed, and osmanthus cakes on the table, wasting money again. Just settle in, Grandma. From now on, I'll have a hot meal waiting when I get off work. All right, Grandma will cook for you. She turned and headed into the kitchen, moving with the same quick, practiced ease as she did back home. The first time Huo Niannian came over for dinner, Grandma came out carrying a dish and saw her. Aiken, who is this girl? Huo Niannian stepped forward before I could answer. Hello, Grandma. I'm Huo Niannian, Aiken's girlfriend. Good, pretty face. And she speaks well too. Chen, you've got good taste. Ling Nian's cheeks flushed slightly at the compliment. EC, I winked at her. She shot back a sly smile. Girl, you're too skinny, eat more. Did your grandma and my mom plan this together? Both of them think I'm too thin. So you really should eat more. You're not on your own anymore. He shot me a glare, but the corner of his mouth was curling up. 2 months later, we got our marriage license and bought a 3-bedroom near the office. While we were at it, no need. I've saved up enough myself. This is my gift for my son-in-law. If you don't take it, you're rejecting me. Your mother-in-law's right. Take it. It is a mother's gesture. On moving day, Li Chen and Gu Qingcheng came to help too. She pulled an ultrasound photo out of her bag and set it on the table. The whole room went quiet for 2 seconds. Chen, you're gonna be a dad. Nian, my girl. Li Chen gave me a thumbs up. Gu Qingcheng gently squeezed her hand. Did I just witness history over dinner? I looked around at everyone at the table. Grandma, Hu Lan, Li Chen, Gu Qingcheng, Ren Li, and beside me Huo Niannian with her curved, smiling eyes. I used to think the best life had to offer was getting that 18 million. Finding a woman who loved me, and living life on my own terms. Now I realize the best life isn't being free and alone. It is a house full of people lively and warm. Chen, Grandma is truly happy today. I've seen you settle down and build a life. Grandma, this home will always have a place for you. Back in the living room, Huo Niannian was dozing off on the couch. Li Chen. I walked over and sat down beside her. Thank you for choosing me. No need to thank me, you were always the one. Just a little slow, took the long way around. She fell asleep not long after. The night outside the window was quiet. In the living room, only his steady breathing could be heard. I thought of Grandma's words, seeing you finally have a family. Now I truly do. Truly, I do.